All right. Hello, everybody. Here we are. We're back. It's another episode. What's up, man? How's it going?
Dude, what is going on, man? How are you doing, Mr. Big Ace? I know you're doing good. Look at you all tan. You're out in the Mississippi.
Yeah, man. To be honest, this is nothing. I didn't even burn this last weekend, which was amazing. But yeah, man, I did like a little mini vacation with some friends of mine, and we had a really good time. Went over right over the border into Wisconsin in this little town called Pepin. Rented one of those vacation houses, and on Saturday we cruised up and down the Mississippi River on a pontoon and just had a good time.
Yeah, you might need to turn up your volume just a hair.
Is that better?
Yeah, there we go. Now we're rocking.
Hell yeah. Oh, what's up, Chris? Hang out.
Dude. What's up, Chris?
Dude, Chris is the man. I got to tell you, he supports everything we do because he hangs out with me on my Tuesday night show as well with the 2 Count. So I appreciate that, Chris. We always love when you come around. So, and everybody else, feel free to say hello. Let us know how everyone's doing. Crazy times again in the world, man. Jeez.
I haven't stopped. It's been crazy. It's been nonstop for.
It has, but it seems like it just intensified.
Yeah, we don't really want to talk about that because it's
no. But I do just want to give a shout out to all my family in that area.
They're like getting all staticed out.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Is that better? Yeah, I just want to say a big shout out to my family out there. I got my whole mom's family's in Kenosha and Racine, so they're right in the thick of it. So just shout out to all them. I know y'all staying safe, so that's cool, man.
Yeah, might need to turn down your volume just a smidge.
I think it's hello.
Yeah, your mic's cutting in and out.
How about now? Are we good?
Yeah.
Better? All right. Yeah, it's about time for a new mixer, actually, as well.
Yeah.
And for new equipment.
Yeah, big shout out to Big Ace's family. Let's hopefully all the stuff moves on and calms down, and
just tune into us because we'll bring you just some fun stuff, so you don't have to think about it.
What up, Great?
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to Red Velvet in the ring on AEW Dark this week.
Yeah, my lady has been on AEW. She's been killing it. Babes has been doing really well. I'm very proud of her. And she's just shining, whether win, lose, or draw. She has so much charisma and so much athletic. Like, she's killing it. Like, I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, most definitely. She very bright future, man. She's killing it right now. So that's fun to watch. And then yeah, man. It's just good to be back. It's been a couple weeks. We kind of took some time. Like I said, I went on that little mini vacay. And then now we're back. And a lot of things happened over the weekend. But what have you been up to, man? Did you do anything these last couple of weeks? Anything cool? Were you stabbing more fish with a spear? I don't even know. Hurricanes are going on down there. So are you surfing now?
The hurricane was on the west coast. It was on the other coast. It was like more towards Tampa. And the waves were pretty small. So didn't go out there. I went fishing a couple days ago. Didn't catch one thing. Zero. Dropped the GoPro. Almost lost the GoPro. Looked for it for probably about an hour. Finally found it. And then I was just over it. By then, I was just like, I just want to go back to the dock. I surfed one day, caught some pretty good waves, like maybe a week ago. And it was super crowded. And I caught maybe 8 really good waves in like 3 hours just because it was just extremely crowded. I mean, it was just slam full of people. And sharks were swimming everywhere. It's been really sharky because the sharks are migrating right now. They're coming down from the north and they're coming all the way down south. They do this every single year. And people are like, it's funny because they're like, why is there an increase of sharks? I'm like, it's every single year at the same exact time. It's all migration. Like, it's all science. Like, it's proven fact. They just migrate down, and that's what they're doing. So right now it's kind of super sharky out there, just because they're just migrating south. They're probably going to do that for another 2 weeks, and then it'll thin out. But it's like for like kind of like the whole month of August is when the sharks migrate from north to south. So they're coming up from even Canada, North Carolina, New York. They're coming all the way down to Florida, and then they're going to get to Florida. They'll go down to the Keys, and then they go and do it's mating season, so they're going to get their hump on, do what sharks do, get a little sharky out there, and then, have their young, and then they migrate back up north because they don't have kids up north. They have it down south. So then they migrate back up north. So there's a huge influx of sharks just swimming back and forth right now.
That's awesome. Thanks for giving me that image as well, because now I'm going to be laughing all night just imagining sharks doing it.
Oh, you got to follow my buddy, NSB Inlet. It's a New Smyrna Beach Inlet. If you follow that Instagram, it's my buddy's. He posts so many photos of there'll be 500 tourists out in the water and 70 sharks, literally 5 feet in front of them. And they don't know, but it's a shot from a drone, so it's an overhead look. So all you can see is people, then you can see the massive sharks. So big shout out to NSB Inlet. Definitely check them out. The Instagram is very good. It's surfing, fishing, anything beach, but it's basically the beach I surf at, New Smyrna, and it's their own Instagram page. My buddy Jeremy Johnson, ex-pro surfer, he still kills it. He runs the page, so check it out, definitely.
Dude, see, these are the things that you can't tell me and then be like, hey, when you come down here next time, you're going to learn to surf.
Yeah, but I took you to Cocoa Pier where there is no sharks. So, what up, Randy? How you doing, man? I'm just chilling, brother. But I would take you where there's no sharks, so you have nothing to worry about.
All right.
It all depends on what beach and where you're located. I wouldn't take you to Playa Lendo, New Smyrna Beach, Jupiter. There's a couple places that are just super sharky.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with any of that. So, yeah, man, that's cool. I'm glad dude, I got to go fishing a little bit too this weekend while we were on the river. I mean, I didn't get one bite. Here's the deal. I've gone fishing maybe 4 times in the last 4 years. So I average once a year. Really, really making that fishing license. Really making that money for the fishing license worth it. And
how much is your fishing license?
I don't know, because this time around I bought just the day pass and it was $12. I think I paid $30-40 for a season.
Yeah, mine was $40, and it's lobster, scallops, and then fish.
Okay, so yeah, and up here it's you get your pass, but then you got to buy your trout stamps and stuff like that up here, because we ain't got no lobsters or shrimps and stuff up here that we're catching.
To get alligators, you have to get your alligator tags, and you have to get tags for alligators or deer. Pigs, not so much.
So have you hunted alligator before?
I've shot, killed, cooked probably 10 gators.
Jeez. What's up, Justin? Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. I have a great recipe for fried gator. If anybody wants to know my recipe for fried gator, leave a comment, and you might just get a little West Brisco alligator cooking show.
I mean, it is about time for episode 2 of the West Brisco cooking show. Yeah, man, Chris the Wally up in Minnesota, man, it's nice up here. Again, though, the point of my story that I was originally saying is I haven't gotten a bite in 4 years, so I think I'm not meant to be fishing.
Yeah, and it's trial and error. You have only gone 4 times in 4 years.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I don't go on here enough.
There's times, like I told you, I just went out last time and didn't catch anything. It's just, fishing has a lot to do with the weather, with what the fish are doing, and your right bait, your right tackle. It's crazy. There's a lot into it. But, if you went fishing with me, I guarantee you I'd take you. We were fishing for a certain type of fish, so we weren't really – I caught a couple of fish, but we all threw them back because they weren't fish that we were trying to catch to eat. Caught a bunch of fish, but they weren't, edible fish. I'm trying to catch something for dinner. I'm not trying to I don't just catch fish and kill it. If I'm not going to eat that fish, I let it go. I caught a couple snappers and a pompano and a couple other just kind of fish that were too small or just not legal size. So we threw them back, but I was really, that was what I was going for.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, I just never have any luck, and it's always a bummer. But like you said, I don't go enough. So
Yeah,
maybe next year will be the year. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah.
Yeah,
Man,
Gator is definitely awesome. It tastes
good. I have had Gator. It's delicious. This is true. Yeah, man. So I want to ask what you thought of the new interactive fan experience WWE is doing right now. Have you seen the Thunderdome?
Yeah, my honest opinion on Thunderdome is I actually like it. I know a lot of people kind of are not digging it, but I actually like it. I thought it was cool. Like, I thought it was something different and unique. And I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it. I actually did. I thought it looked cool, and I liked how, like, the wrestlers were looking at fans, and some of the fans were interacting, and it was just kind of like, I don't know. I liked it. It's better than having an empty arena.
Yeah, no, and it's definitely better than the performance center. I mean, the Thunder, like the obviously the fan interactive part and the screens with all the pictures on it. Aside from that, it's just nice to see it in an arena and a bigger space than that performance center. But yeah, man, I enjoy it as well. I really like it. I like that they were doing it live too, so you can almost see the fans' reaction, because I like the talent was actually playing along with those screens and would act like it was
probably a 5-second delay.
Yeah, well, I don't know, because did you hear? That's the other thing, though, is that they claim
that one person that had the fire velvet dream, right? Sure, and he's the one that got banned.
No, there's been more. There's been more. They had
about one.
They had Velveteen Dream, get a fire Velveteen Dream.
Oh, okay.
Someone was able to have a MJF 2020 sign up there for a little while.
Yes.
Someone was able to get a Chris Benoit photo up there for a while.
That one. That was two. Okay. I heard the Chris Benoit, but I didn't know if that was true or not.
Yeah, this was one of the big ones right here. Someone got on in like a full KKK getup, and they got on TV.
Why the hell?
Well, because again, this is where they claim that they're doing it live, so maybe there is no delay from what they're seeing. Which,
yeah, but why would anybody in the right human mind put on that outfit or even have that outfit?
I mean, you're seeing it now, though. You see it every day that there's just crazy ass people out there. So I mean, I don't know. And then there was someone. This was another big one that apparently someone simulating a beheading got on, or something. But the big one was the KKK, because they've actually come out and apologized, WWE, and made a statement on that, and now they're trying to fine tune this so these things don't happen anymore.
I mean, they really can't fine tune it enough, because all you have to do is like show up normal like this, and then all of a sudden throw a shirt on real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could instantly just be like normal and be like, oh, boobies.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So I don't know. You know, I've been interested. I might actually sign up to do it one night just to see what it all entails, because I guess now you get a list of like do's and don'ts, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously. So I don't know. I might try it out for huh?
Do they charge you to do it, or is it free?
I don't think so. I think it's free. If anybody else knows, or if anyone watching's done it.
You have to do it for the show. You got to do it for the show so you can tell people the experience.
I will do it.
You have to do it
if it's free. I will do it for sure. If I do have to pay, which I don't think I've heard that that's the case, I think it is free. But if
send us a donation.
Yeah. By the way, guys, we do actually have a Patreon in the works, so that'll be launching in the coming weeks. So watch for that. The Brisco and Big A Show Patreon.
Yeah, and to be guys, all the money that we get from this would be strictly to make the show better. It's not like we would ever like put it in our pockets and try to take you guys money. Anything if we do receive any donations or anybody be kind enough to send us anything, we're going to use it to get better equipment, just to make the show overall better. Like, that's our whole point, is to be able to get better stuff and be able to produce a better product. And, you know, of course, all that takes money. So.
Yeah, for sure. So again, watch for that. We might even get a little merch or something up there, so you guys can get some cool stuff out of the deal as well. But we would greatly appreciate it. And like I said, keep watching. That's going to get announced when it actually goes live here pretty soon. in the coming weeks. So, so the Thunderdome, though, again, I thought it was great. You agree it was great. The one thing I didn't kind of like, but I kind of also forgot about it after a few minutes, was the piped-in crowd noise.
I don't like that. They should leave it almost not, because you almost don't need a crowd noise because the wrestlers make good enough moves and you can kind of see the crowd. So I don't think you need that. And to be honest with you, I also liked how NXT did not do that. I like how there's two different contrast.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have Raw that's, with the Thunderdome, and then you have the NXT with like kind of like the extra NXT and their family with the like barricade that makes noise and you can kind of use it. I kind of like the two different aspects of it. I really feel like it's if they all went to the Thunderdome, I don't think I would like it, but I like how it's just for Raw and like it's. I mean, was it for SmackDown too, right, or just for Raw?
Yeah, SmackDown too.
Yeah, so SmackDown and Raw, but I like how they keep NXT different. I like how they don't. It just for me, it makes the brand stick out and have something an alternative to the other ones. It's always good that you can have like the Raw, then you could be the NXT where it's a little bit more gritty, a little bit more longer matches, and so I don't know. That's my opinion, and that's what I think.
No, and you're right. You hit it head on, bro. I mean, the fact that they went back to Full Sail for the Takeover special this weekend was really cool. Yeah, because again, too, it made it feel bigger than the Performance Center. And then it was just, man, it was good. The thing too with that show is it would have been a bummer if it was in the Performance Center, just being that like this was the 30th one. It's
crowned the champion too, right?
They did. Keith Lee dropped it to Karrion Kross.
I know him as Kevin Kross. I've wrestled him a couple of times.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's decent. He's not. I mean, he's like
he's huge.
4. He's not over 6'6".
He ruined his shoulder though during the match and had to relinquish the title already because he's going to be out for a while now. So they're doing.
Didn't that happen to Finn Balor?
Yeah, man.
And then what happened to Finn kind of died off for a while.
He had a hard time coming back.
That was a hard thing for him to come back. Was a really hard thing to do because for some reason the crowd just didn't get back with him. And it was weird. He almost had to like start completely over and regain, of course he did because Finn is completely awesome. I love all of Finn's work. I'm a big fan of him. And, he was able to overcome. This is going to be a hard thing for Kevin or Killer Cross or Crossface or whatever his name is to try to come back. I mean,
they were really building him up too in NXT.
Yeah. I mean, how long is he out for? Probably a year.
Yeah, I didn't see actual how long he's out for, but I just know he's out and that he gave up the title this week on the show.
What do you know? What he hurt? Do you know if he tore his rotator cuff, his
shoulder? I think it maybe separated his shoulder.
Oh, if he separated his shoulder, that's not too bad. As long as he didn't tear like the rotator cuff or any of like the ligaments inside of it, separating your shoulder is not as bad as like tearing something.
Yeah, no, I guess that's it was either I can't remember if it was a tear or
well, if you guys know, look it up and show us real quick.
Yeah, let us know. It's been a busy week. I've had some trouble keeping up with everything this week, just coming back from vacation, catching up at work, and everything. I've been really plus. Okay, so here's the other thing with this vacation, dude. I have not been outside my house for a long period of time like that in a long time, and like directly in the sun. You know what I mean? Like the most I've been out, like outside lately, was when I went to the Kickstart my Heart Wrestling show in St. Paul and got to see your lovely lady. And that was like 4 hours outside, but it was evening, sun was going down, whatever. But like, Saturday on the boat and like high 80s, cruising all day. And then Monday, before I went back to work Tuesday, Monday, went out and played 18 holes. And the first hour we got rained on.
Work for this guy.
Yeah, and then the rest of the first hour rain, the last 3 hours was like 100 degrees. We had a heat advisory in effect. So we were like dying.
How hot?
Yeah, for you nothing, but for us it was like 100 and some degrees.
Every day here.
Oh yeah, I know, but we also can handle like 20 below and be like, whatever, where you would be dying. Yeah. Oh, you hate it. But yeah, man. So like I got a lot of sun and then just getting back to work and everything. And it was just an exhaust. Like yesterday, I crashed so hard on my couch after work, which I never do. So that was, I can't believe how red my face is. I'm noticing this now.
You're pretty red.
When you said that and I looked at it, I'm like, oh, and it's not even burnt. That's the thing, guys. This is my tan. And if it gets worse than this, then it means I'm burnt. But like, this isn't bad. Usually 10 minutes, no sunscreen, I'm dead, dude. I look like a lobster. I can't move. I'm in pain. But like, I was taking baths every 2 hours in sunscreen that whole weekend. Just every time I was outside, just.
Hey, I need to start doing that just so I don't get skin cancer. I probably already have it. But.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, definitely do that. My old man's been getting a bunch of skin cancer lately, and they keep hacking his skin out for it.
I know. I think I got one up here somewhere. A little short. Needs to be sliced out.
Man. That looks shitty. Anyways, yeah, man. So, did you watch any of that takeover? Did you want to? I feel like we have to talk.
I watched the main event. I didn't watch any other match.
Wait, you watched the main event?
The when Kevin Cross won the title.
Oh, so you did not watch Adam Cole and Pat McAfee?
No.
Okay. Because that was the one match I was going to say we should probably at least talk about that match since that was.
You can talk about it and catch me up. How about that?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. That was the best match on the show. By far, the best match on the show. Pat McAfee is a true athlete. And I mean, he hung in there with Cole.
The only reason why I didn't watch it is because I was afraid that he's going to make a mockery of the sport. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather not even watch it so I don't get pissed off and tweet at somebody or say something stupid, because I hate it when people come in and take the main event and think that they're all that and just, I don't know. You tell me, did he earn everybody's respect and should I watch it?
Yes, 100% yes. If you look online at all about that match, it's getting great reviews. People loved it because the thing is, in the beginning of the match, he was very cocky against Adam Cole, like, this is easy all day, baby. Kind of like they were going to make a fool of him.
Kind of like how a couple of the actors and celebrities have done before. And
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, kind of a joke, and then they just get squashed. What's up, Jamie? How's it going? That's a coworker, man. Yeah, dude, I'm glad he agrees too. McAfee was super impressive. Dude, like for real though, like it was hamming it up at first, like that was the deal. And the other thing too is you kind of thought like this get 10 minutes because it's one of those celebrities coming in to wrestle that they never do.
Yeah.
No one knows the extent to the yeah, Jamie says to watch it, Matt West, so you'll have to check it out. Yeah, man.
Tell me, you're like leaving me in suspense. You haven't told me one thing.
Dude, I swear it went like 20, 25 minutes. It was
what happened?
Well, dude, I'm trying to remember because it was like a slow burn, but dude, I mean, they went full round. They went, dude, McAfee looked tough. He was going off the top rope.
Okay. So what you told me is he played off in the beginning. He played off cocky. He played off arrogant. And then did Adam Cole stop him? Did he cut him off and start selling? Tell me what.
Dude, they told a great story because it was very cocky in the beginning. In the middle, they were both going hard telling the story. Pat McAfee did a great job of eventually breaking down and getting beat up and selling good, but wouldn't quit. So then we were getting these great moments of him kicking out on 2 when you're like, no, it's over. Cole's got this. And then Cole sold it so good, just being like, and I mean, he had like 4 near falls before this match was finally over. And then, I mean, even at the end of it, Adam.
Oh, okay. You went way past where I was at. So during the heat, during when Adam Cole finally stopped Pat McAfee, did Pat McAfee sell? Did he take a little bit of time to actually show that he was weak, and did he actually sell properly?
Yes. 100%. Yes. Yeah, he did a backflip and a pop suplex.
I care about him putting over the talent and making sure that he makes Adam Cole actually look how Adam Cole should look.
Yeah, dude, he sold it hard. It was great. Even after the end of the match, he was just cowered down in the corner, just dying, looking like he was dying, and Cole just stared at him the whole time, kind of like, all right.
Awesome.
It was a great match. The talk is he probably will come back and do another match. Obviously not full time. He signed that huge podcast contract, so he ain't gonna probably be wrestling.
I love Pat McAfee, and you remember we talked about before. I was kind of mad. I was like, man, I'm gonna have to stop listening to his podcast because he's making a fool of wrestling, and I hate that because I actually like his podcast. It is great, and it's good about sports. He has different, famous pro athletes on it. So I love his podcast. And then I was like bummed. And then once I figured out it was a work, I was like, thank God. Now I can at least still watch his podcast.
Dude, I mean, the thing you can tell in that match is he is
I don't want to watch his match because I already resubscribed to his podcast and I don't want to have to unsubscribe and do all that stuff. Awesome. Damn.
No, you can tell watching that match that he is an old school fan. It was had some old school feel.
I know who trained him.
Yeah, and he looked like he had been training for 10 years.
Yeah.
Rip
Rogers is the one that trained him.
Yeah, Rip Rogers, yeah. So, I mean, dude, watch it. I think you will be impressed. If I'm not, tell me on our next episode and be like, dude, you were wrong.
Yell at me.
Huh?
You don't have to yell at me.
But yeah, check it out.
All right.
Definitely check it out. It's like I said, I thought it was the best match of the night. And that match you did watch, the main event, was a great match too. I thought Keith Lee and Karrion Kross. That was a good match. I really did enjoy that. Interesting to see Keith Lee getting the bump up to the main roster after that show too.
Oh, of course. It was his time. That's the reason why he dropped the title. Usually every time someone does a job, they move up.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. I think they're doing a 4-way dance next week on Wednesday on NXT to see who will win the vacated title now.
Yeah.
So I don't remember who's in it though. So
that would suck if they're like, Keith Lee, back to NXT.
I know, right? Hey, man.
I'd be like, son of a bitch.
Well, Tommaso Ciampa just came back.
Unless you signed a contract for Raw, because as soon as you sign that contract, it's totally different than your first contract. So then the contract is like, you're like, yeah, baby. And then you're like, oh.
Right. Yeah, man. Do you remember signing yours? Your first contract with them?
Yeah. I remember signing every contract.
Who was with you?
Like class?
No, like who when you signed? Like, were you in the office? Were you with your dad? What was?
It was all emails.
Was it?
Yeah, they email you this whole thing, and then you get this packet that's like this thick, and it's like a to-do list.
Yeah.
You got to go get a physical. You got to get every type of drug test, HIV, any type of sexual transmitted disease. You get all that. You got to get evaluated. And then they fly you to Pittsburgh. And then they do another evaluation.
Is that where their main doctors are at?
Yeah. And then you come home. You wait a month. If you pass all that stuff, then you get the green light and you get signed.
Nice. Very cool.
Like, what's up?
Jamie says Super Tuesday this week. So it's Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and Balor in that 4-way dance for the title.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, Ciampa just came back. I see him getting it. So did you watch any SummerSlam?
No. Yeah. But I heard about some of the matches.
All right. So what'd you hear about? And I'll talk about it.
I heard Bray won the title.
Yes.
Or he still held it.
No, wait.
I don't know if did he lose it or did he ever have it or what was the deal with that?
I'm trying to remember. I don't think the match finished because Bray Wyatt does beat Strowman, but the big thing was at the end of the match, Roman Reigns made his great return.
He looked pretty jacked up,
dude. He looked like he slimmed down a little bit, got real cut.
He looks like he's on the Rock diet.
Yeah, man. I didn't even recognize him at first. Like at first, I was like, "Who is this guy?" The only thing that bothered me though is they've been teasing for weeks this whole Alexa Bliss being involved in this feud, and they've been using her for like the last.
And then they dropped it because I mean Roman just showed up, so they're like, of course.
Yeah, so they just didn't even. And like that whole match, I was like, okay, how does she play in? How is she going to play in? She's going to take sides on one of these two. How is she going to play in? Yep. To the point that when Roman came out, I was like, oh, wow, Roman Reigns is back. And then I was like, well, damn it. That means we're not going to see what happened with Alexa Bliss. And I was invested. They did a great job getting me hooked in that and seeing how she was involved. And then they just nothing. So it was like.
That's the crazy thing about Raw and some of the people there. They get quote unquote a hard on for somebody, and as soon as they come back, they drop everything. You're like, whoa, we had a bunch of good storylines that people were actually like paying attention to, and then all of a sudden we just drop everything because, you know, of course Roman deserves that. You know, he's a super mega. They almost should have just let Alexa do her thing and then brought in Roman afterwards.
Yeah, like, see, that's what I was saying. You know, have her get involved, and then you could still have Roman end the show. But the other thing they did during the show, well, and so now there is a rumor too about this, but this whole retribution thing that they're doing, this whole like basically
those are the guys that came out with chainsaws and attacked NXT. Yeah, I'm up to date with that.
Yeah, and they're doing like they're cutting TV off and cutting audio on stuff on the show. So SummerSlam, they did a huge, like I swear it was like a 5-minute video package giving you the whole story about retribution. And then all that happened after that was twice the screen went black real quick and then back, like the camera cut out and then went back, which is what they do with retribution. But then nothing else. Yeah. Now there is a rumor saying that maybe
Roman was going to be the guy.
I don't know, man. To be honest, as a fan at this point, I could care less if he came back.
Wow, you're over CM Punk.
I mean, I was never huge on him, but I mean, it would have been cool to see him come back, and it would have been.
I worked a match with him.
Did you? Mm-hmm. Was that FCW?
Yeah.
Nice. How'd that go?
Great. I loved it. He actually asked to work me.
Because he's an old school dude too. You know what I mean? Like. So I would bet that if he knew you were in the locker room, he's gonna be like, I want to work with Brisco, because he is an old school guy, man. So he respects that.
We did. I think we went like 25.
No shit.
Yeah,
dude, was that for TV for FCW? Yeah. Damn, that'd be fun to watch.
Yeah,
that'd be one that I'd be like, we should watch this together and watch it live and stream it.
Yeah.
Do like a watch party. That would be a fun match. We should do that with some of your matches and moments. Actually, maybe we'll do that as a tier on Patreon. Some of you, if you go on a certain tier, you guys can do like a watch party. We'll watch some of Wes's greatest.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll break down exactly what happened. And we'll try to watch some of the old FCW ones back when I was green too, so you guys can laugh with me too. We'll tell. I'll actually get nerdy with it.
We should do like the one with you and Heath, and even see if Heath would come by and then watch it with us.
Yeah, I'm sure he would.
You know, and you guys can talk. We'll have some fans there. Again, Patreon's coming soon. Watch for that to launch. We'll have some cool perks and stuff like that on there. So yeah, man, that's cool, man. I would love to see that match of you and CM Punk. I'm not gonna lie. I wish there was video of it somewhere. Was that just a house show on the road, or was it still in
house show at FCW?
Was it? Okay. Cool, man. So yeah, that was the main event for SummerSlam though. But yeah, again, I don't know. I would like to see Punk come back to AEW, just maybe because of his relationship with WWE and how it's pretty known he wasn't a big fan of them. So it would have been cool to see him make that comeback. But the rumor right now is apparently Roman Reigns might be the leader of this retribution, which if that's the case too, like that was the moment to reveal that. Like he should have came out with them at the end of SummerSlam.
Yeah, I think they're just teasing that. I think they don't know what they're going to do with it. So they're just like, let's just kind of tease Roman a little bit. So then we'll hype that up too. So it's kind of like a double hype, and you get two different stories, and you get those guys over by just mentioning maybe Roman's with, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, let me ask you this, because we talked about this Tuesday night on my other show, and my co-host there kind of thought that maybe that's the deal. Roman Reigns is going to be with Retribution. My argument against him was there's no way they're making Roman Reigns heel. He is what's supposed to be the new Cena. He's one of their top merch sellers. Kids love him. It was publicized that he beat cancer and came back. So, I mean, he is the ultimate face. How would WWE make him a heel?
They're not going to make him a heel.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it ain't going to be him with Retribution. So who knows who's going to be the leader of that thing. Yeah, Jamie says he wants Djokovic as the leader of Retribution, which it sounds like he might be, or at least in it. So that'd be cool. Sounds like maybe Carmella's in it.
Yeah, I saw a post that told everybody that Carmella, a Japanese girl wrestler, and then 2 other dudes. I saw exactly who was on the list. There was a photo of everybody, and it lists their names below it.
Yeah. So who knows? Hopefully it would be nice if they do this soon, which, by the way, I think Payback's this Sunday. So that's also a very weird thing WWE did is SummerSlam, and the very next week they're doing another pay-per-view Payback. So I don't know what the deal is with that. They must have plans. I have no clue. Another match I want to ask you about, even though you didn't see it, but I want to just ask because you know both men pretty well. Drew McIntyre with the title versus Randy Orton.
I gotta rewatch. I gotta watch that show. I gotta watch that match. How was it?
It was great, dude. Like it was telling right away too. Like he was running from McIntyre, trying not to get in there. Then he hit an RKO and tried to it was crazy, man. They were just going.
I'm gonna watch that match because they're 2 of my favorite workers and they're 2 of my best friends too. So.
Yeah, and it was perfect, man. Orton healed it up like he should. The old Orton, you know what I mean? Like, in his heyday. I mean, not even. I don't want to say when he was in his heyday because obviously this is like a second coming for him. You remembering how good he really is through all this.
He's so good.
Yeah, and then McIntyre is just a stud, dude.
And then of course Orton's one of those guys that if he really likes you, he's gonna have he's always gonna have a great match. Don't get me wrong. Orton's the type of guy that's like, I'm always going to have the best match on the show. Then if he really likes you, he's going to go beyond having he's going to have, one of those, whatever, quote, 6-7 star matches you hear about.
Right. Dude, it was pretty cool because so here's the finish. Like Orton lined up a punt as the action came back from the floor to the ring. McIntyre countered with a power bomb. He then lined up for Claymore. Orton ducks the Claymore, tries to reverse it into an RKO. McIntyre then spun it into a backslide pin for the victory. So they didn't even do their move to finish. It finished on a non-big move finish.
It was like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, and then it was just over. And then Orton does the sell of what?
Yeah. Dude, finally, good stuff.
Dude, it was a sick match. It was SummerSlam as a whole was actually a really pretty solid show. It was just those 2 things. Okay,
so I'm gonna next week. Well, we have a guest next week, so we'll tell you guys at the end of the show who it is. But maybe we'll do a show before we have the guest on, just a quick one of just me watching those 2 matches and giving a quick recap, depending if we have time. But I want to watch that match, and I want to watch the Pat McAfee, and I want to at least give my thoughts back on and talk to you guys in the world about what we felt and what I felt at watching it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm probably going to watch the Pat McAfee match again tonight when I'm done, just because it was good and I want to watch it again.
Maybe we should save it and watch it together on the Patreon, and we can sync it together and have everyone else watch it together, and then we can pause it and I can give critiques and tell them what they messed up and little things that maybe you didn't catch that I'll catch, so we can do that, something special for our Patreon to make it a little bit different and for guys to actually, guys and girls to want to watch it. We'll throw in some stuff like that. Me and Big Ace will actually watch the show together and give our critiques, and you guys get to hear it. And, I'll tell you if they messed up or if they cut for a spot or refs in the wrong spot. Like I'll break it down to you guys, like super nerdy, A to B, exactly what's going on from, of course, a real professional wrestler.
Hell yeah. Legendary, in fact. Yeah, that would be cool. So again, in these next couple weeks here, we'll be launching that Patreon. So make sure you guys watch for that on our social media or on everything, the Brisco and Big Ace show. Apollo Crews beat MVP on the kickoff show for the United States Championship. wanted to say that just because I know you.
How was the match? Yeah.
I didn't watch that one. I missed the kickoff show. I was busy watching NXT. I came home Sunday, so like I came home, I took a nap, I ate some food, watched NXT.
They dropped the ball with Apollo.
What's that?
They dropped the ball with Apollo.
They did, man. I mean, I'm just glad that he has some a title around right now. But like at this
point, even he had more of a buzz without when he didn't have the title than when he actually won the title. This is what his second time having this title.
Yeah, he's at a point now where he's been on the main roster enough that like he should be way higher up the card than he is right now.
Yeah, but they're keeping him pretty low.
We had those women's matches on SummerSlam. Asuka had 2 championship matches, one against Bayley for the SmackDown women.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of her. I'm a big fan of Bayley. I'm not a fan of Asuka.
Yeah, and then she had the match later with Sasha Banks for the Raw.
I'm a huge fan of Sasha. I love her work. I don't understand why I don't like Asuka. For some reason, I guess I just saw her botch so many times that it was just like, I just kind of just didn't buy into it anymore. I was just like, like when you hype up someone so much and then they go out there and botch for like a long time, just straight botching, and you're like, I stop investing. I'm like, I don't really want to watch this person wrestle because it's putting down the girls that she wrestles. And she's a couple girls. And it's just like, for me, it's just like, I just don't like the gimmick. For me,
Yeah. Well, and they shot her to the moon when she came over to NXT and then to the main roster. So in that first match, though, she does lose to Bayley, and it's because Sasha sacrificed herself and took a hit from Asuka, so then Bayley can get the win.
I know Bayley and Sasha are best friends, but they've already done that gimmick and ran that course. They need to stop.
See, the thing is, they didn't go all in the first time, and now I think they feel they.
Oh my god! So
because I remember those two feuding, but it wasn't. It wasn't. So fast forward to Asuka versus Sasha Banks, and both of these were good matches, though. They all worked really well. The thing with the Sasha Banks match is then Bayley gets put in the exact same position where she can go and take the hit. Yeah, and she doesn't. She doesn't do it. She goes the other way. Sasha loses her title. They are going to defend their women's tag titles on Payback this weekend. So
there's going to be some shenanigans to watch on that one, folks.
Yeah, so it sounds and who were they against? They're against oh crap! I had remembered like a half hour ago. Now I already forgot.
It's so funny that you don't even know.
Well, because the thing is, when I heard the names, I was like, why? Oh, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, which both of those should never be a tag team. Those should be both singles ladies. They're big. They're
about to be champs.
Huh?
They're about to be champs.
Yeah, so it sounds like that's what's going to happen. So I don't know. Anyways, another big match that I'd like to get your opinion on from SummerSlam actually, I can't remember. First of all, did we talk about the Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville match? I know we didn't, but did we talk about the Sonya Deville situation? Did you hear about? I know you and I on the phone talked, but I can't remember if we actually talked about it on show at all.
Negative.
So
I would like to go into that.
Okay, so let's get into that because we'll talk about their match right now. So, because all of that has to impact on the match.
Let's first start with what happened in the beginning because they totally changed the terms of the match.
Correct.
So let's start from the beginning. She had a stalker show up at her house, tried to break in. Mandy Rose was over there staying the night. They hear the alarm going off. They leave. They end up calling the cops. The cops come, do their work. Do they find the guy there, or do they find? How did they?
I think they found him in her home. Like I think they came and he was still there.
And then I also heard that he confessed that he would have killed Mandy.
Yeah, most definitely he did. And the other thing too is I guess after that happened, she's gotten more messages now of people being like, "I'm going to finish the job that he didn't" and shit like that. It's getting so. Again, this match was originally supposed to be Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, hair versus hair. Obviously, after this very scary and real moment that happened in both of these women's lives, things had to change too, because that it was big news in the wrestling world, but it kind of did break into just more a little mainstream, because again, that's a really messed up situation.
I heard she's going to take some time off.
She's going to have to probably take some time off. I'm sure she wants to, but I'm sure she has to as well, because this is obviously going to be going to court now, which is one of the reasons why they think they changed the match. Is it went from hair versus hair to loser leaves WWE, so it's an easy way to get her off for a little while till she's ready to come back. And then on top of that, I think it's been talked about that her lawyers were kind of like, hey,
I agree.
Didn't show up at court ball.
Yeah, let's not even say it, but I agree, because it sucks that they would judge someone's character just on her haircut.
That's true too.
We should not even go into that, because it's all negative.
So obviously Mandy Rhodes wins. Sonya Deville is now leaving WWE, or at least will be gone for a while.
She's not going to leave. She's just going to take some time off.
So the thing with this match is, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. If anybody else who's watched this, let me know what you guys think, I guess. But like, you can tell this was weighing on them. This was not the best match for either one of these two. They're both very talented in the ring. And to me, you can tell this was not their greatest match. This should have been a better match, considering these two are best friends and know each other so well. But you can tell that they went through some real shit and it was affecting them, and they had to just get through this match. I think they did a good job doing it, but it was just, they could have put on such a great show if they weren't dealing with these very real things outside of the ring. And that's some scary stuff. I mean, one girl is basically being told this guy was going to kill her, while the other was like, you were going to get kidnapped by him.
I gave Red my gun. Yeah, she was scared to go. She's up at AEW right now, and she was scared to go because she was like, I don't know if someone might, because she every once in a while she gets some crazy messages. So I was like, okay, I'll give you my 9. So I gave her my 9mm and put it in her car. So I have it where I told her just leave it in the spot, don't touch it, because it's locked and loaded. There's one in the chamber. I said, don't show it to no one. Don't, just leave it right where it is. If anybody comes to you and while you're in your car or tries to shoot them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just some fans that just take it too far, and man, and it's hard too, because someone on her caliber, you're not watching every message you get, because you're getting hundreds of messages a day from people.
You come to me in Red's house, you get shot.
Right.
I'll tell you that right now. You come mess with me in Red Velvet, you're going to get shot.
Right. So, the thing is, as fans, if you see other fans who are commenting on the talent's social media and you feel it's like creepy, it might be worth reporting those comments, because you may be stopping something that may be brewing. Because obviously this guy planned this for 8 months.
Yes, and sometimes the athlete might not see it. So if you guys can catch it before the athlete can see it, or because sometimes we don't look at our phone 100 times. And if you guys see a crazy comment, report it right away. Don't, like Ace says, don't waste time. Just report it, because you might be saving someone's life, because sometimes they might not look at their social media and you might see it before they actually might see it, because they might be doing TV, they might be doing taping, who knows what might be happening, and they might not see it.
Yeah, so it's worth just doing that. I mean, like you said, she probably didn't even see it. She gets tons of messages from
it's just sad. So
no, it's very sad, and it's a big problem in the wrestling world, because there's a lot of female talent that if you look at their social media when they post pictures or just comments, there's those fans that you see comment that it's like, dude, you are a pile of shit. Like, that's just not even funny. Not cool. Like, appreciate them and show that you respect them, but like, you're not doing that right now. So again, man, all the male wrestling fans, just, can you keep it not
cool? Wrestlers,
and the male wrestlers, no kidding. Yeah, we've heard all about that recently. Ugh.
Man, male wrestlers, they're not erotic. Like, I see people, like, I know other male wrestlers that try to holler at Red.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, man, like, God, I see it. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
That's my woman. She didn't show me. You left me. I'm a grown man and I'm over all that violent stuff because a couple of you guys I should just punch right in the face. But I just because you guys are trying to be hungry and I got a queen bee.
Yeah.
She's sexy. So guys, you can holler all you want. She's locked down.
By the way, she apparently is coming back to my neck of the woods in October. Tickets are officially on sale for the next kick start My Heart Wrestling. So I will be up there again for another great show.
Nice.
Yeah, man. We got to get you up here sometime. That's what has to happen, though.
Yeah. Well, they dropped the ball on that.
Yeah. Guys got to get it together. So the other match that I wanted to ask you about, this is probably the last match I'll ask you about from SummerSlam. We had a debut match, Seth Rollins street fight against Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio's kid.
I just don't see that being the main event.
It wasn't. No, the main event was McIntyre and those guys. But I mean, it was a big match. It was, dude. The kid's good. The kid's good. I mean,
I'm just not sold on him yet.
Yeah. I think it's gonna take him a little bit to find his place.
Too quick, too soon.
It might be. It might be because I still don't get why he didn't do any NXT stuff.
I don't get his gear. I don't get any of it.
Yeah, and I didn't like the hood either. It even got on him during the match where he had to like throw it back off. But technical wise, I mean, he was doing the moves. It was looking good. It was all right.
Yeah, I know he's athletic. I just next.
To me, he still just has the baby face. Like grow a beard or something. You know what I mean? Just try to look a little bit older, bro. Or put the mask on. I really kind of wanted him to wear a mask too in honor of Rey. I really thought that'd be the way to go. But whatever. I'm not a booker. Otherwise, even if I was, I'd probably be getting fired right now. Anyways, yeah, man, that was SummerSlam. Again, overall, not a bad pay-per-view considering the numbers WWE's been producing lately, because it's been some rough times for them these last few months.
Yeah, and it's crazy for everybody. I mean, the NBA is down 40%, and I guess they're going to stop playing games because of all this stuff because they're affected by it, whatever. I don't know. We're not going to talk about that stuff. But, it's crazy, some of the stuff. But, I got a big match coming up. Atomic's coming up this week, next weekend.
Is this you versus Shannon Moore Part 2?
I believe so. I have not seen the card. It should be. I mean, I don't see why I would not get a rematch, but who knows with Shannon Moore, he might have, buttered up to Alex Red and the NWA, whoever, whatever. I don't even want to think about it.
Dude, I'm going to have to come back and be the mole in the locker room for you. I'm going to listen in and find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Shenanigans happening. I'm going to let you know.
Well, there was definitely shenanigans happening with Garrett Bischoff.
I know, but I couldn't make it down. I told him on the show, I was like, Garrett, if you're watching this, don't do it.
Dude, I don't know. Maybe they should put me versus Garrett, and I'll whoop his ass.
I mean, I think he has some payback coming.
Like,
he cost you your belt, bro.
Not a belt, my title.
Your title, bro. He cost you your championship, man. You're the fucking, you're the name. I got my one in right there.
Not anymore.
You the face of the place, bro.
Not anymore.
It'll come back. But yeah, dude, I'm guessing another sold out show though, because Atomic's killing it out there.
Yeah, we've been doing, and we have EC3 coming to this one.
Hell yeah, EC3 making his indie debut. He's also back with Impact, right?
Yeah, he's back with Impact, and you just told me that him and Strowman was in a lawsuit with.
Yeah, they're suing their former business partner, something about a printing company, like printing shirts and stuff. And I guess like the guy got EC3 into it. EC3 got Braun Strowman into it, and then
some money.
I can't remember the exact reason.
What happened with money?
But yeah, something. Right. Yeah. So now they're suing this dude, and this dude's trying to say they're lying about everything, and it's just like, whatever, guys.
Why would they lie? Like, why would they? Don't you think they got enough things going on?
Right. Exactly. And that's just it. It's like they have their YouTube stuff going. I think they have their own podcast. I think Braun had his clothing line, like,
So what I think is crazy is that they've been letting this would have never happened when I was at WWE. They've been letting WWE do other people's podcasts and stuff. I've never seen that before.
I know for a while we didn't even reach out to anybody under WWE contract because we just assumed we weren't getting those interviews. But now it's like
zero. Like now it's like the floodgates are. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, man.
And I've even seen some of them start Patreon. I'm like, don't you guys make enough money? Why do you guys need like to go on there and like?
Dude, they're making like half the talent has their own YouTube channel now.
Wonder if they're losing money and they're like, well, I guess we're gonna have to start our own. I guess we're gonna have to start our own YouTube channel because maybe they're not making as much money as they were before, and figured out, hey, I know I could do a YouTube channel and make some extra cash on the side, but usually WWE will shut that down. And that's why I'm surprised that they're letting that. Unless WWE is like, I'll get a portion, which if that is the case, then you might as well not do it because they're going to give you a 2%, 3% of the profit. So basically, you'll be getting like a check for like $10.
I think the only person who has a YouTube channel on his own, but is WWE's now heavily involved, is your old tag team partner, Xavier Woods. He is the only one that has a YouTube channel that he let WWE get in on it.
Because his channel is huge.
It is huge. And then, but you look at like what Asuka has a channel. I think
they bought. Well, first person's channel they originally bought was Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
And that killed it. Then they bought Bruce Pritchard's one. That went downhill, and then Xavier's will never go downhill because Xavier has full control and he does his style of podcasting. So, like, I feel like, hopefully he signed a good deal with WWE, and hopefully,
dude, I'd be very interested to see what the deal is that he set up with them regarding up, down, down.
I would love to see that. Just to know. Hopefully he didn't get effed. See, I didn't wait.
He seems pretty happy still, so I'm imagining he got what he wanted out of that. But yeah, you're seeing a lot of these guys though doing their own YouTube, Twitch, stuff like that, Patreons, but again, they're under those independent contractor status.
Yeah, so, but WWE just didn't before. They just would not allow you to do anything. Anything had to get. They went on like the craziest thing is like when I first got signed, I was still kind of like signed by a couple sponsors from being a professional wakeboarder. Like I was sponsored by Hurley, Hurley clothing. So I was still getting clothing, and like they wanted me to like post some ads, and it got shut down by WWE. And I'm like, dude, like it's great advertising. Why are you like? And then eventually I stopped getting clothing because they're like, well, you can't really like post it or like do anything. So that kind of like, so I was like, oh man. And the same with like, I had a good sunglass deal. I had a bunch of sponsors right before I left pro wakeboarding, and they were still interested in like hooking me up with wrestling because they were like, hey, that's another outlook. That's another way of showing people, just, and that's a way that too, I could have brought different fans from the extreme sports world to WWE, but they kind of just shut it right down. And I'm like, man,
yeah, it's crazy. It ain't like that anymore, man. Like now, if you were there, you could go have a contract with Hurley, and on your social media, private social media, you can post on it and still make that sponsorship. You know what I mean? Like all of them have like sponsored by gyms, health companies, food places. Like it's crazy.
Man, that would have been awesome, but they totally told me I couldn't have any sponsors or none of that. And they said I could, but they would take pretty much all the revenue, and I would just get like a dime out of it.
Dude, someone had to like legit be like, I'll take you to court. I am an independent contractor. You cannot do this. Because I've been in DJ life. I was an independent contractor too. Yeah. And none of those people could tell me that I couldn't do anything else because it's like, well, then you need to sign me under a contract for your company.
Well, WWE says that, well, since we created your name, created you, we own all the rights to that.
So that's the thing too. Like the YouTube channel, like Asuka has a YouTube channel, but it's not Asuka. She goes by her real name.
Okay.
And some of these other people are starting to go by their real names on these things. So that's where they're doing that.
Because I know Cesaro has his own one.
Yeah.
And then Patreon. That's where I heard he was on Patreon. I was like, why is Cesaro on Patreon? He makes enough money. There's a picture of him like flexing with 2 Teslas in the background. Like,
that dude is Dude,
I love that dude. I think
he's got to be like one of the strongest guys on the roster over there.
Oh, he is. I guarantee you is. I've seen some records he's broke at Rob's gym.
When he lifted Big Show from the ground and he was in the ring on the apron and he lifted Big Show up and over him and Show was on the ground, I was like, dude, that would bust anybody else's back. They would have just been back.
There's a guy called Rob that we all used to work out with, and he used to write down the records of strength of guys. And it, not gonna lie, Big E pretty much holds all that records. He's pretty much the strongest dude. I think Big E's the strongest dude on the roster, and then second would be Cesaro.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, man, dude.
I don't know if he trains like that anymore, but back when I was there, Big E was squatting 1,000 pounds. He was bench pressing 710 pounds. They actually let him compete in strongman competitions.
Yeah.
As long as he competed in drug testing strongman competitions. So every competition that Big E's ever been in was one that was fully drug tested and like fully legit, no jokes, like legit, like no guys on steroids, no nothing, like everything like fully to the best. And he was actually one strongman of Florida, was Florida's strongest man for a while.
Yeah, and he was a pretty badass collegiate wrestler for Iowa too.
Yeah, before that, I actually wrestled against his high school because he grew up.
Did you guys actually wrestle? Like actual like
weight class than I was.
Okay, but were you there at the same time? Like, were you guys at
I believe I graduated before he did. I never saw him at a duel though, but we did wrestle at school, so maybe I was gone before he was, or maybe he was a freshman when I was graduating. But we did wrestle at school a bunch. That's
right.
where
Did you ever work with him at FCW?
Tons of times.
Yeah,
I was there way before he got there.
Yeah. Man,
actually, me and him used to ride together to shows because we kind of lived close to each other. So I actually enjoyed, like, me and him, like, we got along pretty well. So we would ride together to shows, like little house shows that we used to do for FCW that were like all over middle of nowhere in front of like 10, 20 people maybe. And
but he's a funny dude. He is a funny
dude, man. He's a preacher too, or he can his dad's a preacher, but he can also he can marry you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm actually ordained too. I can marry people in Minnesota.
Yeah, he's a great dude, man. I love Big E. He's like, we used to have this thing where I can't even tell you.
There you go. You get on our Patreon, maybe you'll hear that story someday.
I can tell you on Patreon.
There you go. Yeah, otherwise in wrestling news, that's about all that really happened at the big time. One other thing was there's a really big departure from WWE, and that was Renee Young has stepped away from WWE.
Oh man, I think she's gonna go to ESPN.
I don't know what she's gonna do, but whatever she does, I'm going to watch. I've been a day one fan of Renee. The minute she came on to WWE, I was, because I'm a broadcaster myself. I spent 10 years in radio broadcasting.
Like, oh my god, I think she's definitely, that's a loss for WWE. Right
yeah,
there.
Dude, I've never seen someone who can do an interview and just still be so naturally them.
Yeah.
And not feel like an interview. And that's what she killed at. She was so good at. I've met her like 3 times too, and she is one of the nicest talent I've ever met out of WWE.
Yeah. Well, we got other news too. I heard Becky Lynch has been going a little stir crazy because I guess she had a bunch of movies lined up. And since the COVID thing, all the movies have stopped. And because she posted something, and then Seth replied at like People's Magazine saying that, everything's slowed down a little bit for her, and she's a go, go, go girl. And finally things have slowed down and she doesn't know what to do with her time. And hopefully she can find her time, because I guess maybe she's having a hard time. Because she had a bunch of roles for movie. There was even the thought that she was going to be in one of the Marvel movies.
Yeah, you got to think though she probably lost out on all that because of being pregnant.
No, I heard that it's over. Like after she was pregnant, now she had a bunch of stuff. Like they booked her after knowing all the
Oh, so is it coming up? Okay.
Yeah, things coming up. Like I heard Marvel was one of them. A couple big ones.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard too much. I know she posted something. I don't know if it was maybe like a script or if she's writing a book or something, but it seemed like some sort of thing like that she was posting about. But yeah,
Young has a cookbook out, guys.
Yeah, it's coming out. It's not out yet, but it's coming out. They just showed her pictures for it.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm gonna get that. I'm all about it. So, dude, I would love. We gotta try to get her on. I think that'd be fun. She'd be fun to talk to.
I know her, but I don't know her like she knows me and I know her, but I don't. Maybe I could reach out, but I just don't. I'll be honest with you, I don't know her like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be like, hey, would you like? It'd just be weird. I don't know.
I'll reach out. I'll just be like, hey, do you want to do the Brisco and Big A show? What's up?
You can reach out.
It'll be a lot of fun.
So yeah, you can use my Twitter or whatever.
You talk hockey. I don't care. I just want to have a conversation
because I'm a great cook. So I would like to.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We should show her your cooking video.
Who knows?
Dude, you guys, if you're watching, I mean, obviously, we have a lot of great ideas that we're going to be doing in the near future. So, thanks for hanging out with us and keep riding with us. We've got more stuff coming your way. Again, social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. We are on it. Brisco and Big A Show. YouTube.
VOC.
Yep. Exclusive audio versions of our shows. You can catch that on the VOC Radio Nation. So check them out at VOCNation, I believe.com. And you can get it on demand. The only place you can find it right now, the audio versions of our show. So check that out at VOC Nation and follow those guys on social media, as well. Subscribe, like, click through notifications on YouTube. Subscribe to us. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up.
Speaking of a lot of cool stuff coming up.
Yeah, we should probably talk to our guest. We got a guest next week.
We got a huge guest.
Yeah.
We got a guest that his dad was a former professional wrestler. He's from South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Me and him were in FCW together. He had a great run in WWE.
He was part of one of the most, I would say, infamous moments on Raw.
Yeah. Him with Heath Slater.
Yeah, correct.
They actually won the titles together.
They did? Yeah.
Yep. And now he's with ROH/New Japan. Yeah, great friend. Mr. PJ Black will be on the show next week.
That's right. PJ Black, if you guys don't know who that is, but know WWE, which is so crazy to me that there's still people who literally religiously only watch WWE and nothing else. But if you're any of those...
That was his name in WWE, right?
No, it was Justin Gabriel.
Oh, Justin Gabriel.
In WWE. PJ Black now. But yeah, man, that's going to be Thursday next week?
Yep.
Thursday next week. Make sure you check that out. PJ Black. Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock. Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock Central, the 2 Count. Join me and comedian John Russell as we talk wrestling and get super nerdy about it. Join us for that. We got some cool guests coming on that one too. Some of my buddies who own a very cool collectible toy store. Come on, we're going to talk some wrestling action figures here in a couple weeks. That's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah, man. And you've got your big show coming up. Was it this weekend, you said?
Yep. No, next weekend.
Next weekend, Atomic, Cocoa Beach. You got anything else coming down the line?
No, but we're going to do a video vlog for that because Steph will be on the show too. We'll do another one. And then me and Steph are going to do another one. We're going to go do, it's the new water park here in Florida. I forgot.
Ooh.
Volcano Bay. So we're going to do.
You're at Universal, right?
Yeah. Me and her are going to do a little vlog of us going to Volcano Bay and checking it out and little couple pro wrestling, you know.
I'm interested to see this because I've not known you to be a big theme park guy.
I mean, here's the thing. I would love it, but I'm so beat up.
Yeah.
I can't stand up. I can't.
No, that's true. Yeah.
I physically can't stand in line. I can't.
No, that's true.
And that's like the things that, like, it's the bad thing about, you know, what I did is that, like, I mean, I even had a time at Halloween Horror Nights when me and Red went. We like it. it got to a point where I was in so much pain. My knees hurt, my back hurt. I was like, I gotta sit down or I can't move. Like, so like for me, I love them, but I just can't. My body just can't. I can't do it. I can't stand up.
Because the other thing too is people don't realize, like, before wrestling, when you were pro wakeboarding, like, that's not easy on your body at all either.
And then before that, I played football, and I was boxing. I also had my black belt. You know, like I've been doing stuff since I was like 4. I'm beat up. I'm an old man right now. I got gray hair in my beard.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. No, yeah, this is true. I've been with Wes when he's not having some good days, and yeah, man, it's painful. I can see it in you. So I can imagine, because I don't even like standing in line, like, and I don't have anything wrong with me. Like I haven't beaten my body up for the last years.
5 major knee surgeries, and I want to do a back surgery on me right now.
Damn, dude. Oof. Well, anyways, that'll be a cool vlog though. Everybody watch for that. That's on the YouTube channel. Yeah, and everybody make sure you support Red Velvet too. She's kicking butt over there on AEW, so keep pushing her out there, keep supporting her online, all that stuff. Let AEW know they need to keep her up there on that show, and let AEW know they need to bring Wes Brisco in as well. Get at him on Twitter and online. Let them know they're missing out not having Wes Brisco on that on the show over there. So yeah, man. Otherwise, next Thursday, PJ Black joining the Brisco and Big A show.
Yep.
We will see you then, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe and love everyone.